As we are discussing the first bracha Birchos Kriya Shema in our lead up to Shema and ultimately to Shemona Esrei, it's to mention that the first of the brachos of Yotzer Or Ubarei Choshech Oseh Shalom Avreis Hakol, as Rabbi Bressler mentioned, it's about the recognition and the understanding that Hashem controls everything, and the light, the or, the clarity. And in fact, this line is taken from a longer pasuk in Yeshaya. The pasuk in Yeshaya says, Yotzer Or Ubarei Choshech Oseh Shalom Bore Ra. That God actually created Ra. Now, not Ra in pure evil, but Ra in what we perceive as bad. So the Anshe Knesset HaGadolah changed that to say it's Bore, it's HaKol. But we understand that the first bracha that starts off our process of getting towards building up to Shema and Shemona Esrei is an understanding that God is in control of everything. And I would like to just understand a little bit of the lines and some of the text that we say to hopefully enhance our tefillah. So right after this, we say uvetuvo mechadesh. We say the bracha, and we say hamer la'aretz v'la'adar v'la'barachamim uvetuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh bereishis. In His goodness, God recreates the world every single day. So what does that mean, and how is this helping me get ready for Shema and Shemona Esrei? You know, we take for granted that the sun will rise and the sun will set. We take for granted the things that we can do because we're human and we need routine. Because if we really stopped every single time that I smelled something nice or I touched and felt something, I used my senses, I walked, I took a breath. If every time I did that, I would stop and I would thank Hashem and I would daven and I would be appreciative, I wouldn't function. I wouldn't have the opportunity to go through my day. So we set routines for ourselves because we need them. And ultimately, to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's all the same. Hashem can make grass grow, and Hashem could make the sea split. So when we daven, the goal of davening is to break us out of that cycle, break us out of that routine, that we can stop and recognize. That's the goal. And that's this idea of a tuvo mechadish. Every single day, it is a daily reenactment of Maaseh Bereishis. What an amazing thing. Sometimes it's worthwhile to just stop for a minute and to say that every day HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He recreated the world. He gave me back my neshama, but He recreated the world. He made new miracles, not autopilot, not on a timer, not on a schedule. And that leads us into the next line of Marabu Ma'asecha Hashem. Kulam b'chachma asisa. That when I can learn the world and study the world, Mala haaretz kinyanecha. So what does it mean, kinyanecha? The world of kinyan means in halacha that if there's something hefker, ownerless, and I pick it up, I made a kinyan, it's mine. It was ownerless, and I did something to make it my own. Rav Schwab gives a different explanation and gives a fascinating story. Rav Schwab explained that one time he flew on a slow propeller, like little airplane. So little, but he flew very low. He could see the clouds and the ocean, and it was magnificent. It was an unbelievable experience for Schwab. And he davened Shachris there and looking down at the clouds and the sun beaming through it was amazing. And he gets back and he tells Rav Breuer, his Rebbe, I never said such a marabu ma'asecha Hashem. So Rav Breuer listens to Rav Schwab and says, I get the same feeling every time I look at a daisy. And the idea is that we see so much out as we walk outside, so much to experience. It's kinyanecha. When I stop, when I'm davening to, or I go out during the day and I see, that's a proof that God exists and He's part of my life. And the world is full of those opportunities. Rabbi Rucham Levavitz, the great Mashgiach from Mir, would say that we should be so impressed by a thunder and lightning as we are when we make a shahakol. And obviously it doesn't always carry the same weight. And yes, there are experiences that feel different. But by and large, davening is meant to stop and break our pause, break our routine, and to say, that's Mechadesh Betuvo, and that's Kinyanecha. To stop, to recognize, to look around, and to make my own Kinyan, my own acquirement of Hashem in this world and Hashem in my life.